Hey, welcome to Jack's Tech Corner. This is Photoshop Elements Weekly, cast number 13. In this show, we're going to learn about using frames in a very interesting way. Also printing our pictures, which you may have seen my YouTube video already, but we're going to show you again live how to do that. And correcting vertical distortion very quickly and easily. Also, we're going to be taking your Skype calls here at Jack's Tech Corner on Photoshop Elements Weekly number 13. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, very good, and we're back up here. So let's go ahead and get started this week with using frames in a very interesting way. Now in this cast, you're going to see that you're going to see different screens coming up here on top of our other screens. That's okay though. It's the product of using one computer to do this with. So we'll get through that, and we'll get through this remote cast here. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me bring up the desktop here. Get rid of some of these windows. Get rid of this also. Seems like the chat window is still not working. I just want to make sure that we are casting okay on that. We are going to get rid of this. And I think we're ready to roll here. So as I said, in this first picture, we're going to be using frames in a very unique way. I don't know if you've ever used frames before, or if it worked out for you. I know I've taught frames a few times on the YouTube videos. So we'll go ahead and get started. What we're going to do first of all is look under Content, over here on the right. And if you actually search by type, we're going to search by color, because I want to use a white frame for this. Now let's go ahead up here and turn off the backgrounds and all these other ones here, just to get rid of all the types of items here, except for the actual frames itself. And we're going to search for a color. I want to use white. So let's go down here to white. And there's our white frames. Right here's the one we're going to use. It is a 20 pixel frame. Try and get that to come up when I click my mouse on it there. But it normally would come up. It's a 20 pixel frame. You'll find it. What we're going to do now is go ahead and we're going to start a new file. So let's go to File, New, Blank File. Doesn't really matter what you call it. We're going to make the width, we'll do a 10. We're going to make the height by 8. So we can print this thing out as a 10 by 8. And then we're simply going to click OK. Now what I want to do is view, and I want to fit this to screen. So we'll fit that to screen, and we're ready to go ahead and start. And what we want to start with is we want to go ahead and add our frame. So you can click our frame. You can either drag it over here and drop it on here. Computer's going to have a little bit of choking moments here this morning. Laptops aren't really meant to do this type of broadcasting with, but I'm sure we'll get through it there. As long as the computer stays up and doesn't crash for the hour, we'll be okay. And like I say, if you are chatting there, hopefully Kevin might be in there, or Jessica, helping me moderate a little bit, and they can see you and help you out along there. We're going to click on this frame now. We're going to resize it. So we're going to just click on the frame, or on the layer over here, and resize it. So just pull it down a little bit. That's how you resize it. Okay. Once you have it to the size you want, just simply click the checkbox. Now what we have to do with that frame is we want to adjust the shadowing of that actual frame. So if we go down here on the little FX, you'll see where it says Indicates Layer Styles. You can double click that. And if you watch the shadow around that box right here, you can make the size, you can make it a little bigger. Just give a little bit more perspective on it. Distance, pulled away a little bit to make it look like it's coming off the paper a little bit higher. Then opacity, you can make it a little darker if you wish. So we'll take that up to about 100%. Then simply click OK. The next thing you have to do is you have to put a picture in there that we want to use. So we're going to do that now. I have a picture down here of an old steam engine, an old steam train. I'm just going to drag it up and drop it in there. Now here's where it becomes very interesting with this picture. The picture inside of a frame can actually be resized. What I mean by that, if you drag a slider bar, you can see here where this picture is getting bigger inside that frame itself. So we want to make that picture bigger. And this takes a little bit of practice, so whatever you come up with, whatever size you want to come up with here. We're going to start it out with a little bit bigger of a picture. So let's say right there. Once you get it, just click the checkbox. Now what we want to do next with that picture is we want to start duplicating that layer, this layer right here. Now if you do the Control-J or Command-J, you'll see it does not duplicate. So you have to click on it and drag it down to the new layer box. And you can duplicate it that way. Start out with probably about 6 of them. Usually is a good starting point. And we'll just drag them apart here. We'll just drag this one down. Click back on that one. And we're going to duplicate it again. Then drag that one over. Again, we're just duplicating these out there, so this will be a very unique framing situation when we get done. Drop that one down. And we'll pull it down here. Just like so. Now the next thing we want to do is we want to go ahead and add that background layer because we want the background to be white. So we can add a new layer here, or we can go to new layer up here. You can go to new fill layer, right? We can go solid color. Click OK. You can do it this way, but I think what we'll do is we'll just click on new layer in the bottom. Go down to the bottom, or go back up top here, wherever it is. There it is. Drag that down to the bottom. All the way down to the bottom. Now with that new layer, we're going to actually paint that white. Down here, flip our layer palettes so the foreground's white. Click on the bucket, and we'll drop the white on there. Now here's a nice little trick I want to show you. We want to make that background a little bit wider. It's not wide enough to do this actual tutorial with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my crop tool. And we're just going to click on here at the top. We're going to crop it. But now what we're going to do is, and you can do this even if you want to add canvas size to any picture you're working on. Pull this over a little bit. Then click the checkbox. And you'll see here. Again, it takes a little bit of time. There we go. So we added some canvas size onto that. And again, we'll just paint that white. There we go. Now let's go ahead and move our pictures. Oops. We're off the wrong side there. Let's go select. Now we don't really want to select those. Let's get off of that. We're going to select all these pictures here. We're just going to move those over just a little bit, right to about there. Alright, just want to see if my chat window came open yet. I don't believe it did, but nope, the chat window did not come open yet, so I don't know what's hanging up with the Justin TV chat windows there. So hopefully you're still working along here with me. What we're going to do now is take this first picture. Actually, we'll start on the top. I want to grab this one. So we'll start with this picture on the top foremost layer. We're going to pull this over here. And seeing that this picture is blown up, what we're going to do now is bring this next picture here, double click it, and now we can move the picture inside of the picture. What we want to do here is bring that tire into the picture itself. Click the checkbox when you have it where you want it. And now we're going to move this picture over, since it's underneath, and we're going to bring it up to that tire and try to match it up. Just like that. Now we need to build this picture out. That's how this works. So let's take this picture, which would be the next one below it, because we're building these under. You can use on top also. You can pretty much do it any way you want. We're going to pull this picture up a little bit. Click the checkbox. And again, you could use this for portraits also. It works pretty nice. It's totally up to you, whatever you want to use it for. Bring that tire up to kind of match the other tire there. Bring it down a little bit more here. Just bring it down a little bit. Bring that one down just a little bit. Now the top of the smokestack, you should still be able to see that, right? So let's bring this down. And click the checkbox. Let's bring this one under here. Kind of judge where that would be. Just like so. And you see if there's anything in the front. There is that tractor there that we might want. Click the checkbox there. Then we're going to duplicate this again because I think we want another one. Let's pull that down here. Alright. We want this one to come over here. And we're going to try to get this lined up with this one. Then we'll use this last one. And let's see where we can get that to. Maybe right there. And then we'll put this one over here so it's on the bottom of that. So once you get that set up the way you want it, again, pick all your layers out. I use the shift key and select them all at once. That way I can move them. Something like that. And you may want to crop that background layer down a little bit now. Let's just crop it down a little bit. Crop it down. Throw some text on there. You might want to throw some text on there. Maybe you're going to use this. This makes a nice book cover, I guess, if you're still into scrapbooking from last week. Don't you hate when I leave the font color the wrong color? Let's grab a different color for the font. And you guys know how to do fonts. do something like that. Click the checkbox. Then we can select our font size. You know, we've done fonts before a lot. Select the move tool. Move that over here. And now you got a really neat picture there. So once again, the chat window is not working. I don't know why. Kind of messes you up there. That you can't chat outside of here. But, as long as you guys are seeing the cast, I think that's the main part of it. So bring this up. So again, that is lesson 1. If somebody wants to try to Skype in, you could by all means do that. And we'll see if I have the Skype working. I'm not sure. It's either 724-701-0911 or just Skype me at Jack's Tech Corner. Just open your Skype up and type that in, and you can definitely Skype into Jack's Tech Corner. Might be able to even bring the Skype up if you guys are chatting in there. It's another great place to chat. See nobody in the chat window in there either, so that's okay. Okay. Yeah, definitely why we don't have a chat going on here, I have no clue. Had a lot of trouble with that last night too. My son was actually doing a cast last night, and hey, there's the cast. It popped up now. Good. Okay, so we do have everybody in there this morning. I see Hobby Boy's in there. BW Woods, good morning. Kevin. Jessica's in there. Good morning. That's all I see. 14 viewers. Not everybody's in the chat window, obviously. That's okay. I'm just glad I got the chat window open. Hey guys, pop in the chat room here. How's the audio and how's the cast sounding? Is it okay this morning? Everything seems to be working. Hopefully it's working okay. Hey, good morning, Kevin. Jessica, it's good. Good deal. All right. And good morning, Lynn. Good. Great job. Okay, so like I said, we're remoting out here, so people are coming in and viewing it this morning. That's good. Everything looks good and everything sounds good, and I got you guys in the chat window so I can see what's going on. And DJS TAIB. Good morning. Definitely don't remember seeing you in there before. Glad you stopped by. Okay, and as I said, I got Jessica in there and Kevin. They are definitely helping me moderate this morning, moderate the chat room there, because I'm working on one screen, so I can't watch the chat room at the same time. Vacation, it's actually a working vacation, going good so far. We did get registered for a conference here. So we're registered up and we're ready to start attending, and it starts this evening. So I'll be pretty busy there, guys. So. Okay, if none of you guys want to try the Skype there, we'll go ahead and jump over into the next lesson, which you may have seen the YouTube video, which was how to paint a picture, or take your photograph and turn it into a painting. Hey, that's Hoppy, H-O-P-P-Y, and Bio, in Boise, Idaho. Okay, I remember talking to you before in Idaho. Okay, guys, we're going to flip back over, so I don't waste your time this morning on this great Sunday morning in the sunny Pennsylvania. Let's flip over here. Flip back into the screencast. There we go, and we're back on. Get this out of our way. And bring this back up. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave the chat room here, so like I said, Kevin and Jessica are kind of moderating this morning for me, so we are going back into the elements. And we will get on with our next picture. The next picture we're going to work with is how to paint a photograph, or one of your photographs, and how to make it a painted portrait. So that's what we're going to work on next. It's very simple to do, and it looks very realistic. I was pretty impressed with this lesson here when I actually stumbled upon it and recreated it for you for YouTube, that I thought I would bring it to you on the live show. The first thing you have to do is go to Filter and go to Artistic. Right? We're going to go to Artistic and go to Dry Brush. This is the first step you must do to get this tutorial, or to get this lesson to work for you. And we're going to be painting this old railroad car, because you know an old painting looks more realistic than something new. Looks like a piece of art that you'd have laying around. So your dry brush size must be set at 10. It's right up here on the right. Your brush detail must be set at 0. Have that set at 0, and have your texture set at 2. Once you get that all done, just simply click OK. Now what we're going to do with this is we're going to go ahead and duplicate that. And on this one you can use your Command or your Control J and duplicate that. And do it again. So layer 1, we're going to go ahead and apply that same filter once again. Filter, and it's right here, Dry Brush. Or you can use your Command or Control F. You're going to apply that filter again to that layer. And every time, folks, every time you apply a filter, what it does, it makes the effect twice the amount of the effect is what happens. So now that layer has twice as amount of effect as that first layer. If I click off the viewing layer, you can see that. Now let's create another layer and apply the filter again. Remember, Command F or Control F. And if you forget, just click on Filter, and you can do it the same way. And there he goes. Now that's 3 times the effect. That's what that is, right? Here's the third effect. There's 1 effect, 2 effects, 3 times the effects. Alright. The next thing you have to do with this, because we want to make it as realistic as possible, is change some of the layer styles. Let's go to layer 1. So on layer 1, change your layer style, or your blending mode. We're going to set this one to screen. Alright, it doesn't really do anything, so you're not going to see anything. You're say, wow, Jack, it didn't do anything. That was a waste of my time. Thanks a lot. No, it will. This is an overall effect. Let's go to layer 1. Click the pull down menu and go to multiply. Now you're like, Jack, that created something. That did something. It darkened it up, right? So it looks better. The next thing we want to do is we need to create another layer that we're going to use called a pattern layer. Because every print you look at, if somebody does a painting, they don't normally paint it on a plain piece of paper and you hang it on your wall. It's painted on canvas. So this painting has to look like it's more done with a canvas type deal than just a piece of paper. And you're not going to print from your printer. And if you have one, let me know, because you're a pretty fancy person out there. But you're not going to print from your printer and print out a canvas. But I'd like to see one of those. So we are going to simulate what a canvas would look like. So let's go to Layer, New Fill Layer, but choose Pattern. It's going to be a pattern layer. And Pattern Fill 1, you can name it whatever you want to. I'm pretty happy with that. I'll click OK. Now, you have to know which pattern to pick. Click the pull down menu. Click the little menu that throws up the submenu to the right, and click on Artist Surfaces. Because remember, it's a painting, right? So an artist probably did it, so let's use an artist surface. And the surface that we use the most that seems to work is Dark Coarse Weave. So Dark Coarse Weave is what we're going to use. Let's click on that. We'll close it and click OK. Now you say, Jack, that looks really great, but hey, it covered our painting. Yeah, you're right, it did. So we have to fix that. That doesn't look right at all. So again, you have to change your layer blending mode. A layer blending mode, remember, that's when you take that topmost piece of paper and you're blending it with the bottom pieces of paper. and we have to do something to allow that to show through, to bring that the bottom layers up through it so we can see it. So click on the pull-down menu, and we are going to go down here to soft light. Now you can play with all these, see what you like. It seems like soft light works the best for this this particular painting. And there we have it. Now it has that nice canvas feel to it. It looks like it was painted with the brush and detailed. Might have even been sculptured a little bit. You know where they used to paint and they pull it up with the little knives? They use some knives painting or whatever you call that. Most of you guys in the room here are more of an artist than I am, believe me. I'm just showing you how to detail some stuff in Photoshop. Okay, so that is how you would do a painting. Very easy. And again, if you get stuck on that, this will be posted sometime. I don't know if I'll post this up on YouTube before I get home. I'd like to if I have time this week to get it posted. Or after I get home, I'll put it on YouTube. But this particular video is on YouTube right now. I did it about 3 days ago, the tutorial, so check that out. And just want to bring back up the chat room here, see what's going on. And the chat window's open there so I can see what's going on with you guys. And let me bring me back up here. There we go. Bring this back up. Okay, guys, so now we take some calls again. Once again, that's 724-701-0911, or you can Skype at Jack's Tech Corner. So either way, I'd love to get some questions going in here. We got one more tutorial for you. 2 pictures I'm going to do, and it's going to be very simplified. So we don't want to end the cast at 10:30. And if you guys want to get out here a little bit early and get about your Sunday morning, we can do that. But, you know, I'm pretty dedicated doing this remotely for you guys to be able to learn this stuff. And I think it's great to be able to be up here and be online with you guys this morning. So any questions, please call. And I'll put the number in the chat room also so you can see it. Just to throw that up there. Kevin, you thought that was pretty neat. Good. Glad you liked that. And Jessica says this is a great effect. Glad you guys are enjoying that. And any of the other viewers out there, don't be scared to chat. Don't be afraid to get in the chat room. Love to hear from you. Hey, good morning. This is Jack from Jack's Tech Corner.
Hello, Jack. This is Vicki.
Hi, Vicki. How are you?
Oh, real good.
Good.
Nice morning. The question that I had is I have got my pictures, and I've got to take a bite at and put all my pictures out on that, you know, different drive.
Okay.
So how do I get them back onto the Photoshop, onto the thumbnails? Because they disappeared off of there.
Yeah, I see. The best thing you want to do, Vicki, is you want to move your catalog is what you got to do. You don't just want to move your pictures out because you're going to have to re-import those to make it work again.
Okay.
Okay, I did. What's that?
On the thumbnails now, do I have all the pictures back into my computer, or do I just have a thumbnail of them back?
Well, that's what would happen. So here's what you want to do is I did a video a while back. I don't know exactly where it's at. But it was talking. Okay. It was called moving your catalog. So if you want to go through the video archives, because you want to create your video, all your videos and everything on your computer, and then copy that whole folder over to the external hard drive. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Then when you open that catalog, it doesn't matter where it's at. Those pictures are with that particular catalog. Is how that works. But yeah, but Vicki, you still there, Vicki?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, just moving the pictures like you did and trying to bring them back, you're going to have to reset all those up, and that would take some time.
Okay.
So is that
I can go ahead.
What's that?
I can go ahead and do that if I can just figure out a way to do it. But I'll go back and look for that.
Yeah, just jump through the archives and see if you can find it there. But like I said, it was called moving your catalog or backing up your catalog. It's about an 8-minute video, and I think it's going to do exactly what you need.
Okay, and I had another question too.
Okay.
I've got a bunch of duplicates going,
Okay.
and all my pictures. What's the best way to go through and be able to open up all your folders to find all of the duplicates?
The best, are you using Windows or a Mac?
Windows.
Windows. The best way on Windows is go to Google, okay? And you're pretty good on your computer, I take it, right?
Well, somewhat.
Somewhat. Well, that's most of us. We're somewhat good on the computer, so that's okay. But
Okay.
if you go to Google and you feel comfortable enough, look for something called a duplicate file finder. Duplicate file finder. And
Okay.
you can find free software out there. When you run it, it's going to look at all your picture folders and say, this is a duplicate of this picture. As long as they're named the same, it's going to find your duplicates. It's just looking at the file name.
Okay. Yeah, 'cause when I moved them over, sometime I duplicated some of them, and
Oh
yeah, I
yeah.
kind of got that going on there now.
Then the next thing you know, we have a full hard drive is what happens.
Right.
Yeah, I think we all do that. We're all guilty.
Oh, okay.
Well, Vicky, I'm glad you're watching the show, and hopefully you're learning something with us.
Okay, that sounds good. And also, could you tell us a little more about what's going on with the your videos, or your CDs on the
With the
Photoshop 9s that you've done?
Oh yeah, the Photoshop 9 Volume 1.
Yes.
Okay, did you said you ordered that one already?
No, I haven't ordered it. I was
Okay.
just wondering kind of what was on it. If you could just give us a little bit of what's on it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's Photoshop Elements 9 takes you through first of all the organizer, steps you through all the organizer, and then I went into the easy editing, all the easy editing's in there, and then guided edit. And then my last lesson today you're going to see here is one of the guided edit tools, but I walk you through every single guided edit. And I thought that'd be a good place to start Elements 9 Volume 1. Then Volume 2 will build off of that naturally.
Okay.
So hopefully
Well, that
that
sounds
helps you.
good.
And Vicky,
Yes.
by all means, anybody out there, if you want a list of what's on there, I can always email you a list. If you send me your email address, I'll email you a list of exactly what's on that DVD.
Okay, that'd be great.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Well, don't forget to go look for that how to back up your catalog.
Yes, I will do that.
Okay. And
Thank you much.
hey, thanks for watching the live show, Vicky.
Bye now.
Bye bye. Okay, guys. So it's always nice to get a caller in there. And that was Vicky. Unfortunately, I forgot to ask her where she's from. Hopefully she throws it in the chat room to tell us. But we do have that happen. So anybody else like to call in? That'd be a great time. 724-701-0911. You can call that with your normal cell phone or your home phone. Just watch if long distance charges apply to you. And or you can call with Skype. Just download Skype. It's free, and just call Jack's Tech Corner. So it doesn't cost you a nickel that way. And if not, we are going to go back into the last tutorial. We do have some running to do here this morning. Hey, there you go, Vicky. Hey, Jessica, thank you very much for finding that. I appreciate you guys are great out there helping me out this morning. It's wonderful. Well, you help out every week. That's a good deal. So there you go, Vicky. Jessica found that for you already. And she went through the archives and got that pretty quickly. Good deal. That makes me pretty happy that you found that one. So let's go ahead and switch back over here. Just look at the chat room. No problem. Good deal. Okay. So we are going to go ahead and switch back over to the screen here. And we will jump back in here. Get rid of this. And you can see the chat window open there now. Hey, working with one screen is tough. I'm used to working with two screens. But there we go. And find the picture we want. Here we go. What we're going to talk about now is I took these pictures actually yesterday, so I don't have any picture this week actually dreamed up for the photo contest. But I took these pictures yesterday, and I took them purposely for this cast because I figured that we can learn how to do this together, and I can show you what I'm talking about. But this is called correcting vertical distortion. Vertical distortion, if you can see with this picture here, and let me make sure I'm casting the proper pictures out. Yeah, I am. I do have it up. All right. So vertical distortion is just that. It's when you take a picture and it's leaning back. It's also known as, we call it in schools when we project something on a screen and it's at an angle, it's known as keystoning. So you're going to keystone, not chroma key, right? Because that's keying out green. This is keystoning because we're taking something that's leaning one way or the other and we're going to straighten it up. That's what we have to do to make it more presentable on our picture and make it look like we shot it dead on. Anytime you shoot from the ground like this and you're shooting up, here's another shot I want to show you. Anytime you're shooting from the ground, you're shooting up, you're going to have that keystone or that leaning effect. And we want to be able to straighten that out, that vertical distortion, right? We want to correct that. So, let's go ahead and get started here. And as I said, this is also on, since Vicky asked, we don't normally talk about the DVDs on the live show, but that is on the volume, or Photoshop Elements 9 Volume 1 DVD on my website, jackstechcorner.com. This will be in there. And it's called Guided Edit. And we've worked together before on YouTube. You've seen some of my guided edit things. So I did the new guided edit one, and I can't remember what it was called, unfortunately. What was it called? That's because I just have to scroll down to it for that. Out of bounds. We did the out of bounds thing before, but this is actually going to be fixing the keystoning or distortion of our picture. So it's very, very simply done. And I know a lot of you guys out there have pictures like this. Well, maybe not. A lot of you are better photographers than I am, and I know you are. I've seen some of your work on the Facebook group that we have together. So we're going to just simply click this button. It tells you a lot about it here. You can read up, when you correct camera distortion, dialog box opens, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Or you can just watch Jack's Tech Corner and learn it in about 3 seconds. That's probably the better way. Why we want to read all that when you can just watch? Let's click on Create or Correct Camera Distortion. And here we go. Now you can see a grid around there, and the grids are nice because using a grid or a graph like that, you can see that we can remove distortion. So we can just move this back and forth, and you can pull that back, bring it up, just like that. Or the vignette, so we can put some vignette around it, or the vertical perspective or horizontal perspective. We want to worry about vertical. What you want to do is you want to move this until you see that top of that building coming into you, because you're going to straighten it up. That's what you're going to do. Almost like we took this picture dead straight on, like we were flying in a helicopter and we took this shot. Once you get it where you want it, just simply click OK. And then go back to Full Edit. But now what's going to happen, you're going to say, boy Jack, you're crazy, you messed that picture up. And that's what I would think when I first did this. So we're going to use our famous crop tool. Remember the rules, guys. If somebody's not there with you when you're taking this picture, then they don't know what you shot anyway. And we're going to come down here. I'll make it just a little bit bigger here. I'll show you how to fix something else too here. So we're going to make it a little bit bigger. I'll come all the way down here. We'll really mess it up like this. Click the check box. Now what we have is what's known down here at the bottom is called, right here, it's called dead pixels, because there's nothing there to actually print. So we're going to actually fix that up. And how would you fix that up? The easiest way is with our the clone stamp tool. Can't talk this morning. Use the clone stamp tool and make that a little bigger. Once again, I'm using my right and left bracket keys, and you guys can't see that. Right and left bracket keys. And hold the Alt key down. Anywhere here, take a little shot of that. Just come over here. And just start painting. You guys, I can tell you who is really good with this tool is, believe it or not, was Jessica. And Jessica did get that picture But honestly, you figured it out before I had a chance to actually start working on it. So you did a great job. It looks perfect. So I was pretty impressed. Good job. And we're just cloning this in on here. And I'm getting evidently there. Low battery on my mouse. That's always nice when you're casting a live cast, huh? Have a mouse die on me, that wouldn't be nice. You could even maybe bring that window over here. Do you see how I did that? I just came over here and grabbed that window, brought it over here and just stuck it there. Make it look more like the window's going across. And that is how you would fix that. So we actually clone stamped that across there and made it look more realistic and closed those pixels that was not there. So we expanded the picture, straightened it up a little bit. I'm going to do one more with you here just so you can see how this works again. Once again, I just go to Guided Edit. And we go back down here to, as soon as I find it again, Fix Keystone Distortion. Go down here and just correct camera distortion. It's going to open up in a very nice graph, and we can just click on vertical and just pull it up towards us. And just pull it up a little bit. Remember, if there's any horizontal issues here, you can actually move it this way and this way. It's almost at this point like working with a 3D sphere, right? It gives us a chance to move it around wherever we want. Click OK. And we all shoot pictures like that, guys. It's just the way the camera's working. If you really, really, really want to have fun, get yourself a fisheye lens, a real wide angle, like a 12 millimeter, if you can afford one of those babies, right? And get under these things and shoot it. It almost looks like you shot it right inside of a globe. It's really interesting. Back to full edit. And again, do your cropping. Let's crop this out. And again, just pull it down. Doesn't really matter. You can fix it. Because you guys are who you are and you're good at what you do. Let's use our clone tool here. Take a picture here. Not down around that tree. Maybe you want a little bit of tree branches over here hooked onto that tree. Nobody knows how wide that tree was, right? Remember, nobody was there except you. You and your family. Just draw this down in here. And again, this is just kind of what I call quick and dirty editing. Just like that. Now you have a nice, more of a straight building, and it looks really, really good. It's pretty clear. You know, you're able to fix it up there pretty nice. If you want to, you can come down here and actually add on here or crop that off at the bottom. Whichever way you want to do that. Totally up to you. You can fix all that up. So that is that part of it. Go back here. We will bring up our Skype number here once again, so you guys can Skype in. We have about, not bad cast, we have about 15 minutes to go. Everything worked out okay today. I think we did okay on a remote cast. Photoshop gurus. That's you guys, Kevin. You guys are the Photoshop and photo gurus because you people can take some fantastic pictures. We'll be taking the camera out today. We are taking a short trip downtown, so we will be taking the camera and get some shots there for you guys to post that. Probably put them up on my Flickr site. So I'm just making sure the cast is working here okay and everything's up to par. Looks like we did a good job together. We pulled off another week here, another cast. Viewers, if you're just stopping by, I said this is the greatest and largest DVR in the world. Justin TV will be actually hosting this video for you, and you can go ahead and replay it, watch as many times as you want. And I also will be putting it on YouTube, so it will be up on YouTube either sometime this week or maybe once I get home next week. So there you have it. Okay, guys. Hopefully we have no buffering going on there, or no lag. I'm just trying to find out where the video is there. Maybe Kevin or Jessica, one of you two guys could help me out. Tell me what are you seeing on the video right now, so I know where we're at. In case there's a lag going on. No lag. Okay, good deal. Hey, since I didn't, no lag at all. Great, fantastic. And since I didn't bring it up, guys, I want to throw it out there to you. Since I didn't bring the video with me to play for the commercial break, I'll just give you my little spiel on the commercial right now. Folks, if you're looking to do any green screen photography, please use the Green Screen Wizard. The Green Screen Wizard is written by my friend Ken, not Kevin. You guys get them mixed up once in a while. Kevin is a great photographer in West Virginia. Ken is a great programmer in California. Ken wrote the program, so if you're doing any green screen photography work, stop by my website, jackstechcorner.com, and click the link on the left to purchase anything you'd like to purchase from Ken at the Green Screen Wizard. Also, if you're looking for a website for anything, personal business, or just home use, just for a website maybe to put some pictures on, please check out 1and1, that's the number 1, and the number 1.com, 1and1.com, for any of your website needs, guys. I've been using these folks for the past 5 years, and they've never let me down once, so I do recommend them. And I also am an affiliate with their services. So again, if you need a website, just go by my website, jackstechcorner.com, and click their link on the left-hand side. It's a little graphics. Click on that and purchase whatever you wish to purchase from them. Definitely helps the show out. And as always, as Vicky said during the show, there's great videos that you can purchase on my website, jackstechcorner.com, but probably most of the people in this room probably already did so. You guys have been with me since day one, and I appreciate all the loyal listeners out there and people watching these. I'm glad I can help you, and you help me just as much. And I'm also very humbled that you care to join. Okay, so with that, if nobody else wants to call in, it looks like the videos kept up there. There was a little lag in Boise, Idaho. That's because, no, Boise, Idaho. Yeah, that's where all the potatoes are. That's why it's a little laggy. Too many potatoes in the ground, maybe. I don't know. I don't know, guys. But have that, whatever you want there. But Hoppy, Hoppy, Hoppy? I don't know. Nice that you stop by again every week. And other than that, guys, I am going to wrap it up out of here. If nobody has any other phone calls, let's just one call and say hello on this remote cast to have your voice stuck in this for historical reasons. Our first remote session. We hope to do a remote cast maybe on a cruise ship in a couple months. That would be epic to be able to do that, but I don't think it's going to happen. But that's going to be more of a vacation. This is more of a working vacation. So, and if you're anybody from the conference that checked in here, I posted it this morning with the conference stuff. So if there's anybody from the conference checking in, please send me a Twitter message. I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to meet you somewhere here and talk a little bit. So if we have that opportunity. So once again, everybody, thanks, and I will be checking out. Viewers, I see some new viewers are coming on board now. Please go ahead and watch the reruns. Watch the reruns, and I'm sure you'll catch all the lessons here. And thank you very much to Jessica and Kevin for helping me out there moderating the channel this morning and keeping things moving with our one screen. Hopefully you guys can help me out every week. That'd be great. So With that said, I am going to bail out of here, guys, on you. So have a great Sunday morning, and we'll see you next Sunday here on another cast at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right here on Jack's Tech Corner. So until next time, keep those cameras clicking and keep the editors editing. I'll see you back here very soon on Jack's Tech Corner. Bye for now.